Shit. All right. Oh, and I
All
want to do a
right.
little rant. Hello, folks. We are live.
Welcome
Joe.
back to Pump November.
Yeah,
Up member.
Brad's got to get a life outside of crypto, but that's not happening. So.
You know what was interesting? I was watching Bloomberg news feed this morning. I hadn't done that in like a long time, and realized there's a hell of a lot of shit going on out there,
Dude.
other than crypto. You know, and you know what was so cool was that I was looking at all the U.S. stock market stuff, and it's like everything's just booming, and nobody has a reason for it. They're just like, hey, it just keeps going up. So
Yeah.
being that I like to look top down on everything, how Bitcoin does and ETH does. We all know there's some type of a correlation between U.S. equities and Bitcoin and ETH, i.e., like if U.S. markets tank, then people sell some crypto to pay whatever they got to pay. Um, there's just nothing but looks like blue skies ahead on that space from what I was saying on Bloomberg today. So that's good for us.
Yeah.
Bring
the inflation. More inflation, please.
Yeah, if you're getting bored, if you're getting
kidding,
bored, just
people.
go look at like regular TV.
I'm kidding, people. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But if you come to crypto, you probably won't. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Get the banner up.
Get that thing up.
I'm getting it up. I'm getting it up. But we have to say it too, because remember, this goes out audio only. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to do a little rant first.
All right. Let's
hear it. Rant. Listen. Okay. I get high engagement on these. Two-Bit Idiot Ryan Selkis retweets for me, and he and I are both on team Erica Rhodes. As well as Dennis Porter, a hardcore Bitcoin maximalist. Everybody over here in our world is a scammer, blah, 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 blah. But Erica Rhodes running for Congress against the single biggest piece of shit in Congress, Brad Sherman. Brad Sherman hates crypto. He takes money from banks. He takes money from payday lenders. He is a total scumbag piece of shit in Erica's district in California. Erica Rhodes is a science teacher. She's running against him. I know her personally because we were both Andrew Yang supporters. She's hardcore. She's committed. She's an awesome human being. The district that Brad Sherman is in is a plus 19 Democratic district. So don't give me shit about I'll never help a Democrat. You can either have a piece of shit that wants to kill everything that we love about making money in this space and changing the world, or you can have someone who is entirely pro-crypto and gets it and also is pragmatic and practical about the solutions she supports. So everybody go to my Twitter feed or go to Erica Rhodes, AARIKARHODES.com and give this woman your money. She takes crypto in contributions. We need to send a message. And here's the most important thing about this. I love Erica. She's great. She'll be a great representative for crypto. But the most important thing about this shit is we have to send a message to the rest of Congress before they start crafting legislation that we in crypto are not to be fucked with. And the way we do that is by giving a ton of money to the opponent of Brad Sherman, Erica Rhodes. Brad Sherman is our biggest enemy. The absolute biggest enemy that we have in Congress is Brad Sherman. If we send a message by giving Erica Rhodes millions of dollars, the rest of Congress will shit their pants and pull out of crypto legislation that harms us. This is how the system works. You have to use a stick and you have to use a carrot. You give the carrot, the money to the people who are on our team, and you beat the hell over the heads of the people who are not on our team. And then the rest of Congress scurries and says, oh shit, these people have a lot of money. They're very powerful. We must do what they want. That's how this system works, people. Go give money to Erica Rhodes. Let her know you support her. Follow her on Twitter. She's an awesome human being. Brad Sherman is a complete piece of shit sold out to the banks and payday lenders. If you want to change the world, if you want crypto to dominate, you need to go do this. Okay, Rant over, Joe.
Look, I think you said everything that needed to be said there. I think that, more people that are crypto savvy, the better in Congress. I mean, there's a big thing going on now. I think there's some kind of issue in the infrastructure bill again. What was it about? Pernicious reporting or something. So, there's stuff that's got to get sorted out. And if you're not going to engage, then it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, look, this whole bullshit of I don't do politics, I'm in crypto, bullshit. Get off your ass and protect yourself. If you love DeFi, if you love crypto, if you think it can change the world, or you're just a complete friggin' degen making thousands of dollars every day, if you want to keep being able to do that, you've got to beat the hell out of Congress and let them know we're not going to put up with it. This is how you do it. You send a message. You give Erica Rhodes millions of dollars. I gave her 5 today. You make the point and you let these people know. How do I know this? I worked for 8 years managing political campaigns at the beginning of my career. And I know how these people operate. I know how they work. Many of them, there are some good people, many of them don't care about the actual issues. They just care about their egos and staying in Congress. And if they feel like they're threatened by a group as powerful as we can be, they will do what we want. But they have to know we're powerful. And just calling congressmen in the thousands is not enough. It's money, 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 money. Give money to Erica. Give money to the Hodl Pack. Those are the people that are going to help us send a message. Okay. This was not paid for by Erica Rhodes.
You want to put up your new super PAC link so people can donate?
Yeah, it's here, but just go to ericarhodes.com.
Oh, no, I meant the Brad super PAC.
Oh, no, Brad is not going to run a super PAC. Brad has too much shit on his plate.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of good stuff too. I mean, look.
Did I miss all that? No, I did it right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin supply on exchanges is at a 3-year low. So, to me, again, that looks like people gearing up to stay in the game for a while. So these types of regulatory influences, like bringing in people that get it a little bit better.
Yep.
That's all good stuff for the ecosystem.
Dude, it is. But we have to get crypto people off their ass. You don't have a choice. And here's what Tyler Wordy said to me in the interview the other day. It's an old saying in DC. You're either at the table or you're on the menu. Right now, we're on the menu. And we're going to get eaten because the crazy far left progressives are going to beat this drum. You better get out there and get Democrats and Republicans that support what we want. That's it. So, Joe, while you're away, I'm going to plug the show. The brilliant Sam Kazmian of Frax. His episode is live on the pod. Go to missiondefi.com. missiondefi.com. Hour and 22 minutes of pure big brain, change the world. I'm, really inspiring stuff that Sam is doing, Frax is doing. Check it out. Subscribe, like, review, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. So, what'd you see out there in the last 24 hours?
Dude, I'm so absorbed right now with trying to maximize the W memo shit. And then you throw a fucking wrench in my plans with a Telegram message telling me that Scarecrow has a W memo. I just jumped into the Grim W memo pool 2 days ago and took that 2.4% deposit hit. And now you point out to me that was in pools, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the yield's pretty low. It's only like about 95%.
Yeah, so, but it's APR. On Grim, it's APY. It's only 109 on APY.
Okay. And plus there's about 11 million in the pool.
Here it is. 74.91%. But look at that. Look, here's the thing. Time is trading at 129,000 each, I think is the price of time. So you know, I got $5,000 in the other one. So if I move that over in 30 days, that's 0.3 W memo, right? Which extrapolates out nicely to a lot of money. So
yeah, I'm seeing, you know, on Avalanche, I'm seeing time priced at, you know, 8,000 or something like that. So
right. So are you doing the chain of staking?
I am.
No, I'm sorry. Memo is at 129. Is it Memo that's at 129? Hold on. Let's look at it. Because Memo is just an extrapolation
of time, right?
Which sounds so deep.
Yeah. It's like when you stake time on Wonderland on Avalanche, you get Memo. Favorites. But then remember they did something over here on Phantom with the wrap memo.
Here's wrap memo.
Just to get Phantom people in.
Wrap memo is trading at $129,271 each. So 0.3. Okay, I would have 0.3. That would be 1.5 memo I'd get with a $5,000 deposit if everything stays equal. Obviously, not necessarily the case. Is that even possible? Wait, is that even freaking possible?
I don't know if that W memo is that price. Are you sure that
that's I'm positive. Yeah. All right. Positive.
Okay.
That's $1,000 deposit in 30 days is $38,781. Remember, memo is earning extrapolated at 72,000%.
Yeah, again, I'd keep watching that.
What?
I'd keep watching that one. Yeah, but look, my play over there is.
Wait, are you doing the chain?
Yeah, but I'm doing two things. One,
what are you doing?
Well, on Avalanche on Wonderland, I'm just straight staking time, and it seems to be rebasing about 1.5% a day, which I'm fine with. But over here on Phantom and Scarecrow, which again, I hate all these friggin' names like Spooky and Scarecrow and Spirit. Like, why did Phantom decide to be the Halloween blockchain? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But
I think just because either Spirit or Spooky started. Oh, Phantom, as in Phantom, Phantom. That's probably why.
Yeah. So
currently, 71,678.8% on Wonderland. So 0.6023% per yield and an ROI of 5 days of 9.4266%.
Yeah. Now look, the one thing I focus in here is the center of the screen TVL. That's gone from last week, that was about 900 million. Now we're up to 1.2. So there's definitely money flowing into the platform. And the other thing I want to focus in is the minting. I haven't quite figured out or done that yet. And
what do you mean?
See the left-hand column?
Oh, that's bonds. That's the bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically can come in and essentially create the tokens at a discount and hold it for 5 days and then have a full value one. So, it seems to me like you can do about 10% on your money for 5 days. If you buy whatever you buy in, say, time or something. Like, for instance, if time's 8,200, you can get them for like whatever that number is there. If it says like minus something or plus, it's the discount to current price. So, you're getting them for like 7,600. And then after 5 days, they unlock and, you can sell it for 82 if you want it.
Right.
That's kind of interesting because that's another little.
Yeah, you're buying at a future discount. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then you're rolling it back into stake.
Oh, these numbers are pretty good.
Yeah. So, and plus you can pool, I think, with AVAX or something, which, I have more exposure there. Now over on Phantom were the Spookies. What are we talking about? Scarecrow. What I did there is I just threw I think $500 or something in, and I did the Scarecrow FTM pool, which I think is at about 1,400% or 1,200%.
Yeah.
And then
you and I did the same one.
Yeah, this looks a lot like I figured out. This looks a lot more like Crystal than the other ones to me.
Yeah.
Because I was doing the Azuki Matic and then staking in the Auto Crystal pool, which I am doing again. On this one, I do the Phantom or the FTM scare pool, take the earnings, and I put that in the U memo earn incentivized vault. And then the U memo that comes
W
out,
memo.
I'm sorry, W memo. The W memo that comes out, then I come out and park that in the pools to go earn more scare.
Yeah, so this is the thing that threw a wrench in mine,
chain.
because I didn't know about this W memo pool over here. Like, I think I'm good.
Keeps it all same place too. It's easier.
Yeah, I think I'm going to move the rest of my W memo and both of my accounts over here. Take the hit on the 2.4% and hope this lasts. My question is this: where the fuck is the W memo coming from?
Automatically. No, look, it's
seriously.
all in the map.
I mean,
my guess, if you're wrapping,
are they staking funds, a transaction fees into Wonderland and earning the memo, wrapping it, and bringing it over to give out to people? I mean, where is it coming from?
Well, whoever did the initiative of wrapping it onto Phantom,
that's abracadabra.
Like look at Wrap BTC and look at these other ones out there that are have their own little slots on the Coin Market Cap 100. I guess you have to sort of somehow securitize it with something. But also, when there's these joint pool, or not joint pools, but see, I would think that maybe W Memo gave some to this pool.
Maybe,
but I don't. I'm not sure, because I don't see a corresponding liquidity pool pair.
Right.
Which usually you see with that deal.
Yeah. So it's weird because, at the rate they're giving away, look, there's 12 million in liquidity in here. Right.
Yeah.
So what's 12 million divided by 1,000? 12,000. Yeah. 12,000. So that's 12,000 12,000 W memos deposited. I'm not 12,000, $12,000 $1,000 things, right? So, okay. So you're earning this much scare. You're not earning, that was stupid earlier. You're earning scare, not W memo, right?
Right. So then
right. And scare is trading at like $300, $250, something.
At 205, I think, right now or something.
Okay.
It was going around to 195.
So this isn't any great shakes. So you're getting like $1,500 in 30 days for a $5,000 investment. But
yeah, I mean, in real world, people would be doing backflips. And you're just like, next, right on the next one, next.
Well, the beauty of it is this: you stake your W memo here, which is still earning 72,000% APY, right? And you earn the scare, and then you flip the scare into, what do you do? Flip the scare into the farm, or do you flip the scare straight back over into the vault and earn more W memo?
I think
right. So it's really, you don't have to chain these anymore. I'm going to pull out of the farm, dump it into W.
Well, see, I usually keep something going on the farms, because then you're getting zero cost scare. So when you're DCAing later on, or you're averaging your entry points in, you've got all of that free scare.
Yeah, that's true.
Offset.
Yeah,
and plus it kind of jump starts the system.
I guess. But if you have more,
or half and half.
If you're earning scare here because you put more W memo, but that APR is so much lower. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'll keep that staked. I'll just move my W memo over.
And you want FTM, okay? The only one.
Yeah, but look,
to me is scare.
Look at this. Scare. Look, mine was at 5,700 this morning. So one of those two took a dump today. I don't know which one.
It was not FTM, because that's up 10%.
So
it must scare went from like 220 to 206 or something.
Oh wait, favorites.
See, that's the thing when we're talking about these sort of DEX type pool plays where there's emissions from a platform token, is you just never know how long that's going to last. So
yeah. So there's a strategy without impermanent loss, which with the yields that we're getting, it really doesn't probably matter. But there's a strategy without where you just stake memo to scare back to memo, and just keep the loop going, right? And then your single coin, the value is what the value is, and you're compiling those earns. And then the other option is what Joe and I are currently doing, which is scare FTM. Although, you look at this extra 100%, extra 80% AP, no, 122% APR on scare USDC. Then you've only got one that's moving, because USDC is going to stay at $1, and that centralized piece of shit. And so you're earning a bit more, right?
Yeah. So my thinking there is you decide how much FTM you want, and if you decide you have enough, you throw that in spot and just go to the scare USDT or USDC pool.
Yeah.
Or you balance it between the two. Go 50-50 into both pools.
I need to start compounding. I've just been staking into WMemo, but these are off right now. So I need to do some more compounding here, but I'm not earning a lot.
So what are you doing there? Hold on, let me pull that screen up real quick.
Well, Scare dumped like $30-$40, right? Which took the overall value down by about $800 since I got up this morning. It's at 545. So that means now that there's a real offset in this pair in terms of the value that I initially staked versus what it is now. So what I want to do is keep compounding more in here, so I offset that. That impermanent loss. I mean, again,
this is the perfect case study for impermanent loss. So everybody who always grapples with what the hell is it? Look, scare went down, FTM went up. They're not correlated right now.
Right.
So when that happens, like Brad's saying, you have to add more and wait for it to recorrelate.
Yep.
So you wipe out that impermanent loss.
Again,
I don't think about it too much, like when it's 1,299% APR.
Yeah.
But I do when it's 150%.
Yeah.
Like the curve stuff. So
let's throw another wrench into the game.
Okay.
Just because we can. Although these have dropped pretty good. But so through the magic of auto compounding, Grim, you can be in the same pool, scare USDC or scare FTM, right? Now, last night, this was billions APY, and I should have jumped in. But you're still getting this compounds. If it's over, every pool that's over $500,000 will compound once per hour per day. So essentially you're getting 24 compounds per day automatically, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting scare out though, right? You're just building the value of those two pairs. But because it's compounding once per hour, it's maintaining the balance on the prices between the two, even when one goes up or down or both go a different direction, which is nice. So the question becomes, Mr. Math, are we better off staking in this automated pool at 175.46 million%?
Yes.
And accumulating and then just buying the fucking WMemo after the fact. Well, who knows? Because if the WMemo is at 72,000%, there's some math in there for price variances and everything else. We need the calculator guy. We need the calculator guy to do a calculator on that actually says you should do this or you shouldn't do that based on what you have, right? But
also you're so far high up in the stratosphere at this point that it's almost hurts. Like, you're sort of like, well, okay, maybe I should think about something else. And, hope we could get this money out of this investment deal, at the right time. So, but I think that, look, on Phantom, there's, we got Spirit and Spirit Swap and Spooky Swap are the two biggest sort of plays on it right now. Define's moving over. We've messed around now in Scarecrow.
I am so deep in Phantom and Avalanche right now. I never imagined.
Yeah, I'm growing in both of those too. And but you got to think how many DEXs type plays fit in any of these big platforms. I don't know the answer. I think you're probably safe in a top 5 strategy for a while. And then I think it goes down to 2 or 3. And then, wait for the other liquidity providers to show up, the lending platforms.
Yeah.
So I think Scare is safe, but it's the one in the whole mix that I would probably want to move out of faster than not.
Okay, so this is interesting. So I'm looking at let me go to the Scare FTM calculator. By the way, everybody, this little thing here will show you kind of returns based on what you have to, based on per 1,000, right? So on Scare FTM, I'd accumulate 3.11% per day. With a day one, I think this is compounding 1 time per day. Okay, so 3.11% compounding 1 time a day. I'm going to get 0.15 Scare. Then on the Grim side, please load. What the hell? On the Grim side was, what the fuck? On the Grim side with Scare FTM, I'm clearing 3.699% per day. Let's see what the math is on the extended days. 30 days, 154.93%. So basically 3x your investment after 30 days if you manually compound daily. On Grim, they don't have a calculator, but 54 points.
Yeah, because they don't have a calculator that can handle all the decimal points in there. That's the problem. 18 bazillion, quadrillion, Googleillion APY. If you compound 463 times a day, it's funny to me and fun. But honestly, to all listening, when I look at stuff like this, again, this isn't buying Amazon at $1 and hoping it turns into 50 million. This is like, to me, these don't have, some will. You're betting on who can execute and come out of the end with the most assets under management.
Yeah.
But, when you look at all the stuff that's in between the blockchains too, I don't know what that's going to look like, And so when I look at Scare, to me, nothing against the Scare guys, same. I look at Crystal the same way, and even Define, I'm kind of hitting a rubber meets the road moment. Is that eventually the liquidity leaves and goes to the next one.
Yep.
That's paying. And so, I don't really look at these as more than a couple of months, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't either.
So
now I feel very confident about Olympus, and I feel pretty confident about Wonderland Time. I think those are long haul plays, right? And so at the end of the day, what you're doing is really the simplest thing, which is you're staking in Wonderland and you're collecting the time at 72,000% APY, which is, imagine if you walked into a TradFi boardroom and said, we're making 72,000% APY.
They'd be like, you're fired.
That is illegal.
That's got to be impossible. Who are you hanging out with? Oh, it's your crypto pals again.
Yeah.
Look, I use, I come at it from sort of the equity side analysis. So I pick the ones that I kind of think could do something, but we don't know who the management teams are for the most part in a lot of these. So you can't really evaluate execution risk. You have to look at the landscape. And so, I try to find ones I like that I think could make it. And then when I do something like here on Scare, I'm not really looking to build a big stack of Scare. I'm looking to build a big stack of WMemo.
Correct.
Or a bigger stack of FTM. So
absolutely.
Use the rewards. Yeah, use the rewards on these platforms to build your primary stacks up. Don't get stuck. I remember a little .com day story, but I was DCA, dollar cost averaging, essentially buying the dip on a lot of IT services companies. And I bought the dip all the way down to 0. But, I just didn't, it's too slow. It's, stocks and shit. And I kind of learned my lesson there too, is that, eventually you got to see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
So in these, to me, it's like, who wins? I think FTM wins. I think Time has a good shot at winning. So those are the ones I like. I think Define, I look at that a little differently. I've gotten all the stuff I want, stuck in a couple pools there just because they're putting out so much earnings of another token that I like, of the Polka Bridge one. But if they don't get the router protocol up and going, who knows what happens there? They're in high emission mode where people are selling the emissions, and that's keeping the token price down to buy for other stacks, like we talked about with Scare. But, that token's down at like 50, 60 cents. So, if they don't pull the router thing off, I think you're going to see an exodus there into other chains, even though it is very promising. But look at look at Sif Chain. I think we talked about Osmosis in one of the news articles that raised 21 million. It's the liquidity gatekeeper for Polkadot.
Right.
And it has an Omni chain, I think, already. Or maybe that's Sif Chain. I can't remember. But, where they're hooked into 8 blockchains.
Yeah.
So to me, how do groups like Scare and Crystal and Define compete with that? Because I think the next merger between all of them is into the Aves and Curves.
Sure.
And now we have an alliance with that and Aves and Curves. I don't know how these guys get there, these smaller ones. So my point is, watch the stuff. And if you're going to jump in and go for these 1,200% APRs, I keep forgetting that's APR, not APY, pay attention.
Keep an eye on it. Check it all day.
We'll talk about this stuff on this show constantly. So, if we start feeling like it's time to bolt, we're going to, I'm going to share my feelings. Not
absolutely.
financial advice, but I'm going to tell you because that's just the way I look at these things.
But real quick, I'm not going to dive deep in this thing because the calculator guy, I've put his Twitter handle on screen. It's PHT even strong, PHTEVENSTRONG, or search YouTube for the calculator guy. Joe, this is a derivatives kind of play that allows you to short on ohm and hedge on a drop in ohm price. And calculator guy has a great video up about it. I encourage everyone to check it out. He's got 2 videos up about it. The first one is how it works, and the second one is he's launched a calculator, so you can calculate what it's not here, it's in the video, what your hedge would be, right? So let's say ohm drops to $750. If you've bought enough on the short side on this thing, you can end up even or better off than you were. They also have a long, but that doesn't make a lot of sense to me in this particular case, but it's a hedge, right? This can buy you a hedge. So essentially you're buying a derivative ohm that has short protection, and you're still earning the rebase on the derivative that you bought. I don't know how it all works yet, but I encourage everyone to go check it out. I'm going to take a deeper dive on it. But sounds like an interesting play.
Well, yeah, let's look. I keep getting this conversation with traditional finance guys. What's different between 2018 and 2021 and in crypto? And I kind of harp on, a couple of main things, which is, obviously institutional involvement, the stable coins, and the third one is yield farming. Right. So it allows you to ride out this volatility and kind of hodl in a better way. Well, the fourth piece that we don't talk much about is these hedging tools. And, I was in one company about 6 months ago called Hegic, Hegic, based, I think, in Geneva. And, where you can buy like ETH and I think BTC, or I haven't been on there in months, but you could buy ETH and BTC sort of shorts, calls and puts, basically.
Right.
You go long if you wanted. So, if you're getting nervous about something, you come in and buy a short on ETH to protect, to hedge.
Right.
But, I didn't find the prices that advantageous in my mind. So I think I sold it 60% up and moved on. But then I remember using, and some of these exchanges have these levered tokens, ETH up, ETH down. So whenever I got nervous about ETH, or about the market in total, I would just go buy a bunch of ETH down,
right,
just to calm my nerves. Now, if you could do that, what I'm getting at is if you could do that in ohm, and then eventually I suspect time will have that feature.
Yep.
Now you kind of like, I mean, that's the best of both worlds, because you've got
absolutely
this, rapidly accumulating return on your investment that's scaling, and you're trying to decide when to go, when to sell. But now all of a sudden you got a little short thing there too.
Yeah.
So if you miss a little bit, you still get the payday off the short.
Yep.
Assuming that it's all, they can pay everybody out.
Right.
Like
that they have the liquidity. He did mention, he hasn't checked the liquidity on it yet. But look, there are so many people at home that I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But I just thought this was interesting.
Love this.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting. Calculator guy's doing great shit. Steven is awesome. And I posted a bit.ly link in the comments to his YouTube feed. And it's there in the banner. So you guys check that out. So,
I do want to check out more about that thing he was talking about too. Strong, I think.
Yeah.
I've done nothing there yet.
I do want to look at that. He's got videos up, so it's a good place to go learn about it from him. So
I can't. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Again, I always look for end game.
Yeah.
And when I look at Wonderland and I don't know where the end game is. But it's all going to be sorted out when there's a lot of money on the table.
Exactly.
So I'm not too worried about that. But, when I look at some of these other ones where it's just more like, I don't even know what the right word is, because I don't want to say anything negative. But it almost becomes like building, I was going to say like Mary Kay maybe, or Subway franchises or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't quite know where I don't see the commerce on the node, I guess, that justifies another node. And I just haven't dug in deep enough. So apologies if I'm not catching on fast enough on this one. But it's definitely stuff I look at. And but you could probably say that about a lot of things. You could say that about, remember the old winter college, the credit card applications?
Oh, yeah.
You'd be at the student union and you'd go sign people up. Well, those people have been getting residuals on signing, you up for the Chevron $60 limit beer card, basically, to go buy beer with it. They've been making money their whole life off that card.
Oh, yeah.
And the same with cell phones and stuff. So to me, I kind of go, what's the difference here? I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely you should think it through, everyone in general. And I will too. So
Me as well. Let me pull up the news you posted in. Oh, by the way, I have a hard stop at 5 till 1. It's my weekly material indicators team call.
How are things going over there?
Well, except we're out shopping for developers to build up the architecture better, get some better GUI in place, and make it so that our mad scientist can focus on mad scientist shit instead of developing the systems that he's never developed in his life. So we're working hard to work on that. Have a few folks I'm talking to. On the dev side, data architecture people, data science people, that kind of shit. So, but going well.
Those are the most in demand right now too.
Yeah, we're having record month after month after month of subscriptions. It's all community driven. So,
cool. All right. Well, this one I threw up just because we keep talking about Polkadot, and I think in this article it talks a little more like how I talk about Polkadot and Cosmos or Atom the same way. But these are more in between the chains plays than on top of the chain.
Yep.
Back to kind of this concept of layer 0, I guess, or layer 1 augmentation, I've heard it called too.
Okay.
So, this is the primary sort of DEX on Polkadot, the gateway for I think 40 or 60% of the liquidity coming in there.
Sure.
And it has an ability, I think is this Omni-chain one? It has 8 chains it goes to. But it's a competitor to obviously the SIF chain,
right?
EROAN, which I talk about a lot, and so this is where I kind of look at the two, and I started to think, where should I really be at this point? I mean, I like SIF chain, but it keeps moving. It's it was up 80% yesterday, down 40 today. So I'm like, this kind of looks like a little flaky in behavior wise, not in the play,
right?
The price jumping around making me a little like, what? And so I started looking at Osmosis. This would be another good bet if you like Polkadot, and you believe that it has a place. This is, I think, is Is this the Cosmos one or Polkadot? I can't remember. Hold on.
Osmosis, Paradigm's an investor. That's pretty hot. I like that. I usually like what the stuff Paradigm does. Cosmos, layer
Cosmos,
1 blockchain.
Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of mixing up.
126 billion in crypto assets. There's only 126 billion locked on Cosmos. That seems odd. Oh, 544 million. 126 billion on Cosmos. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
In my head, I was reading billion and saying in my head million, and that seemed really small.
I don't know who claims all this value lock, because if they're in between the chains and stuff like that, I don't really get. Does that number come off of, say, the Ethereum guys or the Polkadot guys or whatever, or is it in addition? But it's a big number.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are talking up Atom and Cosmos again. But this Osmosis is one that gets mentioned sometimes with Secret, which is another one. And they're getting VC money from top tier VCs. So look at Osmosis, look at Secret. I've been looking at them for a couple of weeks. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm definitely thinking about it. You might want to flip out that calculator guy banner to the not financial advice banner.
Good idea, Joe.
So that was one I saw. I also, like I mentioned earlier, the BTC exchange the amount being held on centralized exchanges is like they're at a 3-year low,
right?
Which is pretty significant. This one I thought was kind of interesting. We got a new Australian ETF that's specifically going into BTC miners.
And I saw something that this morning that it like blew all records for ETFs in Australia.
Yeah. So again, another product. Another country, taking advantage of the realignment of mining power, U.S. And other countries. I think Kazakhstan's pretty big there too, and every other country's got something going on.
Yeah.
So to me, I think this is another mainstream financial adoption. It allows people to get into like a pretty focused ETF into some, into the mining of it, which that's going to be going strong for a while. So I thought that was good news.
Good.
And then the third one was I put one more up.
Top 10 aspiring crypto coins.
Yeah. So I saw this. I don't know who these people are.
Secret. I keep hearing about Secret.
Yeah, it's data privacy again. We're all, look, we give away so much out there. I mean, not us as much, but you look at what your kids are putting out there, the behavioral stuff, the hot or not kind of things. Do you like this or like that? Data privacy should be, again, that's how Silicon Valley makes their money, is by selling our data.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Somehow we have to rebalance that, and things like this are, trying to do that. I don't think it's a tumbler or anything like that. I think it's just a, encrypting within the blockchain, perhaps, and
makes it native.
Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. And then, of course, Aave's on the list. There was some interesting stuff with Aave that I thought, they're speaking at the Atom conference in Lisbon on the 5th. But I don't know if you guys noticed the market cap to TVL ratio a couple days ago, but it changed, from like 0.2 something to 0.3. And then I looked into the story, and it was that Justin Sun pulled, the Tron guy pulled out $4.5 billion out of Aave. So the TVL dropped from like 20 to 16. But then you see where it all went. He put it into Tron.
Yeah.
So TVL on Tron. So it's a totally logical move. I didn't look at that as a big thing. And you see that, Aave is still going up. So again, I play this as sort of like an in-between the blockchains thing to me. They're on Polygon, ETH, Avalanche, and one other one. I can't remember. But so they're going to be playing across those. And then, of course, Cosmos Atom is after Aave. Talks a little bit more about them. This is, I think, isn't this Cosmos was the Tendermint guys, right, Adam? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So they've been around for a while. So I think this, you see stuff back from like 2018 or 2019 talking about the internet of blockchains.
Yeah.
Which, we've all been talking about for a long time. They've obviously got some traction here and some products. So,
on this one, I did an interview. They changed their name to Boba. They kept the coin the same. There's an interview on the podcast where Alan, the founder of OMG/Boba, explains.
Oh, that's Boba.
Yeah,
Okay.
explains everything about how this works. And the article mentions that OMG holders on November 12th are going to get airdrop of the new token. So get you some.
That was the thing I was thinking of too. That was one of the things I wanted to throw out there as well.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to just get that through the 12th.
Yep.
To get
and
airdrop.
I'm really impressed with Alan and the team there. I mean, this is like a hardcore mission-driven project, similar to Frax and Ohm and everything else that we like. Really impressive team, doing a careful, precise job of building a platform. And here's really the concept. It's not just that it's a layer 2 scaling solution. Yeah. They have integrated this with direct integration with large cloud hosting providers. The reason for that is their entire target market is people that have to do masses of data processing for artificial intelligence and machine learning that could never be done on the blockchain, no matter how fast it gets, right? So they're building an architecture and they already have clients using it. They're building an architecture that allows projects to utilize AI and machine learning and processing directly integrated with this high-speed layer 2 solution to write to the Ethereum blockchain. So really powerful concept and really strong team. So highly recommend everybody check them out. Really, really
well,
like it.
You sold me. I'm in. Now I will be as soon as we finish this up. But one thing I'm looking at, it says here, unlike layer 1 improvements such as parachains for DOT and layer 2 solutions are built atop of the blockchain rather than its base. Okay, so they're just saying, okay, it's a layer 2. What I was trying to get at is, how does this stand up vis-a-vis Matic, Polygon Matic?
So should be higher performance out of the gate. It's an Optimism fork. So it's built on top of Optimism, which should be faster and more secure. Oh, and it has privacy built in than where Polygon is, right? Polygon gets referred to as a layer 2 and as a sidechain. Now, in fairness, Polygon now owns Hermes, which is a similar solution to what Optimism gives you in Boba and all of these other layer 2 solutions. And I'm expecting Polygon to start having more direct integrations of Hermes in. What it gives you is lower cost, faster transaction speeds, and privacy on Ethereum mainnet, right? I mean, it's still a layer 2, so it's still separate, but it's Ethereum protocols can move there or embrace this, and you can still work with the mainnet protocols. So I really like this team.
So yeah, okay. So that's interesting. All right, 15, ranked 81. So it's also in a great spot. Anything like between 50 and 100 in the market cap rankings, I like. They've kind of made it already at that point. Exactly. I mean, unless it's a friggin' high flyer, which you want to be careful on. You see something like this, they've made a lot of changes. Not a lot in a bad way, but they've made pivots and changes of strategy. They're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
So this is one where you don't think about short term as much. The other one here, well, Polkadot obviously, XRP I don't care about. Crypto.com, interesting. They got cool stuff there. I don't know if Americans can do it though.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I feel like there's a centralized piece of it, and it just annoys me.
Well, and I think they're in Hong Kong too, and. And they have the credit cards and all of that a lot of people use, the non-Americans, which is pretty cool. But I think you can do most of that at Coinbase and stuff too.
Yeah.
And, Americans does Binance US have a card?
Not yet. I don't think. Okay. I haven't seen one. Right. I would use it if we did, but.
Yeah, they I know people who are in the crypto, they get a lot of rewards and stuff and rebates and things. So it's kind of clever. But again, is there a reason why the crypto.com coin is at 30 cents?
Right.
25 cents.
Yeah.
But it is ranked 42. So who knows? XRP, I don't care about. Polkadot, yes, but I think it might be overpriced right now a little bit myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always traded that out at like in the low 40s, and I saw it's at 56. So Boson, I don't know anything about these guys, but they got a mainnet release on November 14th, and it's about NFTs. So they're doing something with contracts, digital. And then they're NFT tokenizing them through NFTs.
Oh, Boson? This one's interesting because, that's a really interesting concept. I want to take a closer look at these guys.
Yeah, me too. I'm very, different. Like I told you about the real estate guys doing NFTs for condo deeds.
Yep.
And fractionalizing it. This is a really big, anybody who's tokenizing stuff, it's a big play just because it's, there's how many trillions of dollars of assets out there, hard assets that can't be deployed, that capital value can't be deployed into investments. It's just not logical. Anything that unlocks that is huge. I don't know Cody. Do you know Cody at all?
No.
Financial payment trust chain, mainnet, and Tezos. Hear about it a lot. Haven't really done anything.
So Tezos,
Art Basel.
I kind of gave up on Tezos. Look, Tezos raised a fortune. They had a big split between founders, or the founders and the foundation, and one wanted to do one thing and the other did. I think this is Tezos. I could be mixing another story entirely, but they were just a hot mess. They raised a shitload of money and haven't done a friggin' thing since that's of note or that anybody cares about. Like, Solana passed them by, all of those, Polkadot, Cosmos, every Phantom, Avalanche, everybody just kind of left them in the dust. So they're sitting on, I think they raised billions, but I think they're kind of a disappointment. Maybe they're trying to come out of it. I read an interesting thing yesterday about Tron, which I hate because I don't like Justin. But
before we leave Tezos real quick, just wanted to say Art Basel is going down on the 30th of this month, and they're going to have NFTs there exhibiting.
Well, that's a good way to get attention. Yeah.
All right, so you go ahead. Sorry. You go ahead.
I kind of think of it as in the Cardano world right now.
Yeah.
Tron, which I don't like because I don't like Justin. I don't like the way he operates. But I just read an article yesterday. I should have posted up. I forgot. I read an article yesterday that said Tron actually has like this massive dominance in Asia, like massive, like it's like number one across Asia in terms of token and in terms of the DeFi plays that are happening in that. I've got to check it out more because I didn't see any numbers, but that to me is shocking, but also who knows, but I need to check it out.
I remember when I was a big Tron holder back in 18 timeframe. I still hold some. I got to go pull them off the platform, but I'll go fast because I know you got a hard stop.
Yeah, I got to drop.
I remember going in there trying to see what the hell was going on, and all it was people rolling dice. It was all just like,
well, there's Asia.
That was their transactions. Yeah. So I want to look too and see what else is there. But yeah, they're very deep and they're very spread out in Asia in a good way.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look at them in more depth. But anyhow, I'll let you go.
Thanks for watching and listening, folks. Thank you, Joe. Everybody, please like, subscribe, thumbs up us, turn on your notifications. We're on the pod. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on LinkedIn. You can watch us wherever you damn well please, or just listen to us in the car. Don't watch us in the car unless you're not driving. And we love you. Thank you for listening and watching. And Joe, have a lovely weekend. I'll probably talk to you before then, but sounds nice.
Sure. Yeah, you too, buddy. And thanks, everyone. Everyone have a great weekend.
Take it easy, bud. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.